So I first learned about it a couple years ago. I decided to start pursuing using one of the models after I got really fed up with my own health circumstances. I never saw a reason to do it before because I always thought it was for married couples or engaged couples, and anyone who was single didn't really have any use for it because it's just to look at pregnancies and avoiding and achieving pregnancy. So I never looked at it in that sense before, and as I started to become more involved in certain things, I met my now consultant, who was just talking to me about the ways that she's able to use it with her clients who are single and the ways that it's helpful for them. And she really encouraged me to consider it. A bunch of my girlfriends encouraged me to consider it, and I reached a point in my own health where I realized that I wanted to look into something like this because my doctors weren't necessarily providing any solutions that I was interested in pursuing in terms of trying to find solutions for my health. So I started to pursue it at that time, and I've been using a form of the NFP for about a year now, for just over a year, for my own health. I think there's such a lack of awareness because it's been such a taboo topic in Catholic circles for a long time. NFP has always been something that has existed, but it hasn't really been talked about in such prolific ways because it's been something that's been pushed to the side traditionally to be reserved for married couples and for engaged couples, and there's no need to discuss it outside of that realm. And now with so many women especially experiencing health problems and fertility issues because of the onset of prolific use of birth control, there's just been a greater need, and a lot more people are looking for ways to get control of their health and figure out what's really going on instead of just assuming that the doctor knows what's going on. So I think because of a lack of conversation and a lack of advocacy, people don't talk about it as much as they should, and therefore people don't know about it.
So I'm actually really grateful that I even encountered this topic due to the fact that I came to this school, and as a college student I shouldn't have waited so long to learn about NFP. You know, in like 5th grade you learn about sex ed, but they don't even mention that NFP is an option, and it's almost kind of ridiculous that I didn't get to learn about this my whole life even though I had to live with it.
I would just really encourage all women, even those especially single women, I encourage everyone to consider this as an option. If there's anything at all that they're having difficulty with, if there's any symptoms that they've just been struggling with for their whole lives, to stop listening to the doctors telling you that's just how it's going to be, because it doesn't have to be like that. I have found immense help, and I have been able to make great strides in my own health because of exploring this method of NFP that I use. It has just helped me and my own personal health so much. It's made me a better, happier, healthier person. So I just really encourage especially single women to not look at NFP as something that is only for married and engaged couples. It's for everyone, and it's very uniquely for single women just as much as it is for other people. I've learned so much about myself that I'm grateful that I know now, instead of waiting to know until I get married, because it will help ultimately in my vocation.